I'm in my garage, which is the place where I made my very first YouTube video. I haven't spent a lot of time in here over the last year, I have to be honest, and most of these tools have these tools haven't really been well used of late. My head has been all over the place as to what it is I'm doing, what my purpose in the world is. And, truthfully, I was making furniture from recycled pallets and roof panels, roof timbers, 2x4s, old 2x4s. And I made some really cool things, actually. Well, I thought they were really cool, but I wasn't really I'm not that good. And I wasn't generating a sustainable business model through that mechanism. I've had to rely on gardening and other means to keep the wolf from the door, as they say. One of the wolves that has crept in through the back door has been fear and uncertainty about flat earth, about where we're going with this, about how much it's been controlled, if it's been controlled. And some of the reason for that, I suppose, is because there are in the world light and dark energies, and some of the darker energies, the lower frequency vibrations, have been complicit in making me feel uncertain about who I can trust. And I've even been guilty of calling people out, doubting people, their veracity, their sincerity, their reasons for doing what we're doing or what they're doing. And karmically, I think that this has come back at me because, one or two hit piece videos which have included my name have made their round, done the rounds, and you've heard me say this before probably. Eric DeBay mirrored one of these videos, I think, on his channel. So it was an irony to me the other day that I went into his chat room, made a comment, and what I got back was not from him but from one of his folks or someone on his had said, we can't trust you, we don't know who you are, and so on, or we can't trust you, something, and unkind stuff, let's say unkind stuff. And I've had that happen to me a little bit in this last year or so, and it's an irony because the 200 proofs that Eric DeBay put out was one of those sort of seminal videos for me that really helped me. I was really like, I think it might be flat. I think this is 2015. It might be flat, but I wasn't absolutely convinced. And his video was one of those, as was Mark Sargent's 10 Clues, was one of those videos that really helped me go, there's enough here for me to really to hold on to. So it's an irony that a guy like Eric DeBay would then question me, given that he's one of the teachers that helped me along this way. So that's a crazy thing. Same too with Dell, actually. Beyond the shed, beyond the curve. He back in 2016, I suppose, was someone who I spent a little time listening to, because it was like, we got to do something, and I really felt that energy to do something. When it comes to Dell, what I got turned off by over time was, that the message didn't seem to be developing. We know the Earth is flat, or we know that we've been deceived about the nature of who and what we are, but what else? Where else are we going to go with that? So I kind of paid no further heed to him and found other people far more spiritual, far more, of a higher vibration or a lighter vibration, shall we say, that that resonated better with me. So there was a number of factors that had sort of played into my decision recently to withdraw from the UK conference at Kidderminster, which is this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of this weekend ahead of us. And I was sorry to let the organisers down, but at the same time, oh heck! Oh, hello.
Sorry, I left my charger here.
Oh, okay. We'll go on in and grab it. I don't want to start this again. It's one of my son's friends just turned up at the door, back door. So, sorry about the interruption. So, I withdrew, and from a minor speaking role at the conference. The role was to talk about activism, and I wasn't sure that was necessarily what I wanted to talk about, because for me, I have moved on from. Cheers, Stuart. Because I have moved on from, that sort of entry level mindset. For me, it's much more than the shape of the earth. The why does it matter? Well, it's much more than the millions of dollars and so on, and that we've been lied to. It goes beyond that, and so I wasn't sure that there was a role for me and a place for me to be talking about that. But a few things have transpired over the last, say, 72 hours that really caused me to stop and realize that what I've been doing is to contribute towards a diminishing or a diluting of the effectiveness of what it is that we're trying to achieve, or rather, where it is this journey is taking us. And I realized through these things that have appeared that I was mistaken to be withdrawing my energy from the tour, from the conference, because we may not all agree on various aspects of